The interplanetary vessel Arcturus sets out for Mars, with Breckenridge as chief pilot, carrying on board, besides its regular crew and some passengers, the famous Dr. Stevens, designer of spaceships and computer. He checks computations made by astronomers stationed in floating observatories, and after he has located any trouble and suggests a plan for minimizing the hazards of the trip from the Earth to Mars, he reports his findings and suggestions to Mr. Newton, chief of the Interplanetary Corporation. Stevens then takes Nadia, Mr. Newton's beautiful young daughter, on a specially conducted sightseeing tour of the Arcturus and thoroughly explains to her all of the works of the vessel. Nadia has herself had a good science education. While they are down at the bottom of the ship, nearing the end of their tour, Stevens feels a barely perceptible movement of the vessel from its course. When he turns on the visiplate, he is horrified to find that a mysterious ray of unparalleled power has neatly sliced the Arcturus in several places. Nadia and Stevens are completely separated from the rest of the crew and passengers of the ship, so they get into a lifeboat, which is equipped for a limited amount of space travel. Despite the strict and apparently effective vigilance of the enemy destroyer, Stevens and Nadia make their getaway in the lifeboat, which they aptly call Forlorn Hope, and finally make a safe landing on Ganymede, where Stevens almost completes a power plant and a radio transmitter, to enable him to communicate with the Earth or with the IPV Sirius, which is used by Westphal and Brandon, two of the world's best scientists, as a floating laboratory. They start for Cantrell's Comet, where Stevens acquires the necessary material for his giant transmitting tube, heads back to Ganymede, when their ship is cut, top and bottom, by a strong ray beam. Stevens and Nadia soon find that the other ship is manned by friendly beings from Saturn. Together they plan against their common foes, the Hexans, who are enemies of the universe. After helping the Saturnians to repair their power plant, they start back to Ganymede, aided by their new friends from the frigid civilization. Finally, however, Stevens succeeds in connecting, by radio, with the Sirius and his scientist friends on board it, who rush to the aid of the two castaways. It is while the castaways are captives of the Hexans that help looms near.